Okay, so I'll just go through what we did yesterday. We built this header to do header, and if I go to followers, the header is followers page. So both are calling the same component header, and only we are passing this as a prop. So on the to-do page, I am passing props as to-do page. In the followers page, I am passing props as the followers page. So let's try to test this header part. We are working on the unit test cases, and we have seen the coverage. Right now coverage is all 0, 0, 0, 0 till end. And as soon as we write the unit test cases, this percentage will increase and will try to reach to 100. Maybe in some cases reaching 100 is not very, easy. It has a complex path, but we'll try to reach 100 or at least 80% of coverage. So this is the header component. So we are making all components, small components, so that we can also test each component separately. So like header is a small component which only displays the title of the page. So right now we'll test this header condition in our React test unit test file. Okay, so this is our view. Now how to test these things? How to test this part? So generally, in the we will be using React testing library, and in the React testing library, let me create a README file where I will explain something. So we will, how we are going to test, I'll just give you high level. So generally we use the get by. There is a get by code which is used to test the condition. Another one is the find by. Another one is the query by. Another is get all by. Another is find all by. And another is query all by. So either of these 6 I have to use it. If you see that the element, let's say right now we have one H1 tag. If you feel that there are more H1 tags, then you will try to use all commands, either get all by or find all by or query all by. But if you see there is only one tag or one thing you are looking for, then either use get by, find by, or query by. So there is a slight difference between these 3 also, and these 3 also, which we will see in future classes. But right now I'll just write down few things. So if we don't get any match, so if you try to search for H1 tag and there is no H1 tag, then that means you're not getting any match. If you don't get any match, get by will always give you error. Find by will also give you error. Query by will not give you error. Even if you don't find anything, it will give you null. Get all by will give you error because it did not find it. Find all by will also give you error. And query all by will give you array, no error. Okay, so it will be array. So here query by will give null, but here query all by will give array, no, because it's all. All means you're trying to test multiple header tags, and so it will give array but no error. Now let's try to see if you find one match. So if you find one match with the get by, then it is a good thing, and you will get some response, return response. If you try to do same thing with find by, you will get a good response, so it will return whatever you are expecting. Query by will also give something because you find the one match and you are trying to use these 3. But what will happen if you call get all and you got only one match? So if you got one match, then get all will give array, and find all will also will give array, and query all will also give array. Okay, so when we go to a practical thing, these figures are important. You will see what I am mentioning here. Let's say if there is more than one plus match and you are trying to call get by. Since there is one plus more match and get by only matches one criteria, so here you will get error. Same thing with the find by. Same thing with the query by. But if it is more than one criteria, then you will get array in the get all by. Here also you will get array. Here also you will get array. Now let's try to see if you call the ajax call. Await. This is the ajax call. If you call the ajax call, get by will not give you any proper result. Your test will not work properly for the ajax call. But this find by will give you correct response. Response will be from here only, but it will work with the ajax call. Query all will also give you nothing. Whatever you are expecting, you will not get anything. Get all by also you will not get anything because it is ajax call. And with the find all by you will get response. So if there is ajax, you can only use find by or find all by. But if it is not ajax, you can use either get by or query by, or get all by or query all by. And query all by will not work in the ajax call. So this is a simple structure what we are trying to get and when we will get error. So no need to remember it. When we will work it, we can refer this chart again to see what we are expecting and what we will get it. Okay, so now let's go to our header test again. So there can be multiple tests inside one describe, or you can also you can create multiple describe inside a describe. So I can also create another describe inside it like this. And I can also create inside that I can create multiple describe. So describe can also be multiple. And this test can also be multiple. I can put multiple tests here like this. Right now I'll put one and we'll see how the points are changing. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to take this component, that is this header component, and we have to wrap with the render function. So I'll do render function and I will wrap my header component. Okay, so let's wrap the header component. And what header component is expecting? It is expecting one props, that is title. So we need to pass that also. And I can put anything here. Maybe I can say mango. Okay, here we are passing different thing like to do. Here in the to do page we are calling header component with to do page. Same thing with the followers page, we are calling the header component with the followers page. So we can pass anything in the title and we should get that title back here. So in the test one I will pass mango, and when I will check what is there in the header tag, it should be mango because I am passing mango here. And I will close this component. So what you have to do always, whenever you have to start the test, whatever component you want to test it, you have to render that component you have to call that component with the render function. This is the render function. Once you say render, that means this header component will be available in the screen. So once you run the render function with the component, after this line, this component will be, this div tag will be inside the screen. Inside the screen. Now I have to use any of these functions to find what I am trying to achieve. Okay, so see one example. I will put one variable. I can say anything, maybe element equal to, and everything is inside screen now. So I'll say screen dot. Now this get by is also divided into many subtypes. So one of the type is if I want to find the text, any text. In this I want to find the text, and here I want to find the text mango. So I can say screen dot get by text. This is the text. So there are many options. See how many, there are many options, but we will go to important one which we use practically in day-to-day projects. Okay, so I will say screen dot get by text. Since I'm passing mango, so I am thinking that inside this mango will definitely be there. So I have to search by text, and here I will say what I am trying to find it. So here I am trying to find it. Here I will put regular expression by putting slash slash and I. I means even if it is capital M, but if I put here mango small, then also it should match. But right now, first I'll put a mango as it is, but then I'll show you. If I pass small letter M also, then also it will match, because I pass I means it doesn't care about the case. So what I'm doing, I'm passing the mango inside the header component. That means this title will be mango, and inside H1 tag we will get mango. And then when I'm trying to get by text mango, it should come true. It should not give me error. So here I will check. Now we have two things. One thing is this element, and it should not be giving me any error. So to test this element, I will put it like this. Expect this element to be in the document. So that means I will say that since I want to pass mango, and mango should be there in this header tag, header component. So I will say expect should be there in the document. Document means this in the screen. It should be in the screen. And if it is there, then this will pass. And if it is not there, then it will not pass. So if I run the test now, let's run already. So you will see it's saying one passed, because it find the mango here in the header element, and here we are able to check whether this element is in the document or not. And if you see the component percentage, because since this is a small component, so it is already covered the 100% with this line of the statement. Okay, so if I try to change, instead of mango, if I try to find apple, since I'm passing mango here, so apple will not be there in the screen, so it will give the error. So now it's saying one failed, total one. So when we are passing mango, and we should expect this should not give me any error if I pass mango. And if I pass apple or something else, that means header is not rendering properly. So for example, if I change title to forcefully grapes, okay, I'm forcefully grapes, so title has no meaning. So grapes, even if I pass mango and try to check mango, it will fail. Why it will fail? Because I'm passing mango, but I'm not using that mango here on the page. I'm putting grapes, and that's why it is failed. So we should only try to see what we are trying to expect. We are trying to expect if I pass mango, it should be mango. So here I'm passing mango, and I'm checking whether in the screen mango is available or not. If I try to put small m, that means also it should pass, because I passed insensitive part here, case insensitive, so it is passed. Even if this is capital, but I'm trying to check mango is there or not. So try to write down this test case and see if you are getting the results pass. If you are not getting, that means something is wrong. I will give you in the Telegram chat. You don't have to type in the Telegram group I give you. Just copy and paste and see if you are getting correct results or you are getting error. let me know when you're done testing it, and it should pass your test case and it should be 100%. You should run this one and try to understand these 3 lines of the code. Because after few test cases, which I will explain, I will ask you to write your test case, and you should be able to do that. So if you do this properly, then only you will be able to do the real test which I will give you. Okay, let's try to move further. Okay, so this is something very important part. You can always test with the Mango or the text which you want to see on this page. You can check any text which is there in this page and it should match with that text. But let's say if you don't like to match the text, what are the other ways to do the same thing? So I will try another test case. And here I will name something. I will name same thing. It should render the header properly. But I will not use the get by text. I will use something different. There are many things which you can use. One developer may use one thing, another developer may use another thing. So both are actually right. There is nothing wrong, and we should test it, with some different method also. Since this is the new test, I have to write the render again. Header title equal to. Here I will put another title, scripts, and try to see. Okay, so I call the render. Then now render will be available in the screen, and using the different methods, I can utilize it, and I can see if grapes is there or not. So what is another way which we can do? So I'll say constant element is equal to. Now here I will just pass the role. The role means whether it's a div tag or the paragraph tag or the H1. For the H1 we have to say heading tag, heading. So by role we have to get by role. So I'll say screen.get by role, and I have to pass the role. So if I pass the role of heading for the H1 tag, then heading. So heading is something H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, all are heading tags. So I will say I have rendered this header component. Now I want to see if the heading tag is available here or not. And then I will say expect element dot to be in the document. So now what I'm doing, I'm trying to check if heading tag is available inside this div tag, yes or no. Since it is passed, that means heading tag is available. Now if I try to change, instead of heading tag, I use the p tag and try to put title here. Now you will see there's no heading tag, so it should fail. Right, one failed. Why it is failed? It's saying get by role is giving error. It's saying get by role is saying heading is not there because I removed the heading tag, use the p tag. Now p tag is there, I can change it to paragraph and then it should pass because we have added a p tag, so it's a paragraph. Okay, it's failed because I think it's we need to see for the paragraph what they put. Okay, let me check get by role for p tag. Okay, let's check. So I think get by role. It's one it should work actually. Why? Okay, by role. Let's check by role. Okay. So here we have here it is we are getting the heading. It's passing the role heading actually here. Okay. But even if I put H1, H2, it should work. Either we can pass the role or I can put H1, H2, then it should work. Okay, let's see what are the other things. Okay. Get by role or supported text. Okay, let's check that text. Let's see if I'm getting auto-populate. Okay, let me see if I'm getting auto-populate. I can choose from that. Yeah, I'm getting auto-populate. So let's try to use the paragraph. The paragraph is there. In this, I put element get by role and put paragraph and expect elements to be in the document. It looks correct. But still it fails. We have the paragraph tag. Okay. So let's see if screen.debug gives me something. So we have the paragraph tag. So if I put screen.debug, I'm getting this. What is there in the screen? It is class, header, and grep. We have the p tag, but it is failing. Okay, let's search on the Google. I'm really thinking why this is failing. So he's saying he's passing paragraph and paragraph is he don't have paragraph. Oh yeah, he has paragraph here. So we have the get by text which is working. One person has suggested to use that, but okay, so it's not a valid role. I think paragraph is not a valid role, and that's the reason it's failing. But here we can see paragraph. So if someone, let's see if I pass a role of paragraph. Okay, is this will pass or not? Let's check that one. Okay, so this is passing. So that's what it's saying. The paragraph is not a valid role, so you are not getting it. And if I put role as a paragraph, then it becomes the paragraph kind of thing, and so it works fine. Okay, so you know for paragraph, we have to pass p tag, or we have to pass the role of paragraph to make it work. Okay, but for the header h1, h2, h3, we can directly use heading tag. Okay, and if it doesn't work, then you can add the role here, role, and put the role whatever you want to test it. Like in paragraph p tag, I put paragraph as a role, then it worked fine. Okay, so try to use this one and see if it is working. I will give you in the Telegram chat group, so you don't have to type it. So try to check this one and let me know if it is working. Okay, so it works. Let's see some other ways how we can access this simple text or the simple component. So we have seen couple of ways. One was to get by text, and another one is get by role. So let's try to see other ways of doing it. Okay, so here I will pass another fruit kind of thing, maybe spinach. Now we have seen get by role. Now we will see another way. So I will check by get by title. Okay, I will test by title, and title I will pass here as header. I will pass header, and then I will check if that element is in the document or not. So since we get by title header, it's saying one failure because it is not there in the document, because we just created the h1 tag, but title is not there. If I try to pass the title here in the h1 tag, title equal to header. If I pass this title header, then this should pass because I'm trying to get by title header, and then it passes. Okay, so it passes because I try to search by get by title. If I try to change this to something different, then it should fail because this title is not there. The one failed because this title is not there. So this is another way to check. Let's try to check this one also. So you have to go through all these test cases which I'm showing you, important one, and then I will give you another component to test yourself. First I will show you the header one, and then I will create another component which you have to test it. So you can use any of the method which I am showing you here. Or if you can find some other new method because we have lot of methods, you can use any of this one. You can check no match, one match, plus await. Lot of things are there. You can use anything, or we will do few here which are important. Practically, I have used it. Okay, let's see some other method. Okay, I comment this one and I'll add new one. So here we'll see some other methods to find the test in the component. So next will be the get by. Okay, next is get by test ID. Okay, I'll put test ID. Now this will fail because we don't have the test ID and it failed. So let's put here test ID as page header, and then also it will fail because we don't have test ID page header. So to fix this, I will add the page ID, test ID as a page header, and then it will pass. So I can add here. So to put the test ID, we have to say data dash test ID. Test ID is all small, and I will put it page header. So whenever we want to test the test ID, we have to say data dash test ID, and the name which I want to test, it's a page header. Now you see it's passed because I changed the header to data dash test ID. So whenever you want to test ID, you have to put like this small data dash test ID and with the page header which is matches here. So just try to do this one. I'll give you in the chat. Just try this one and see if it works. Sorry, sorry, I was muted. So if you have something use effect here which calls the server, okay, which calls the data on the server, we will do that part also Ajax call in some time the real Ajax call. where you have something Ajax in the use effect, and the data is updated after the server gives the data. So you cannot use the get by test ID. Either you can use the find by or find all by. But if it is not Ajax, you can use get by or get all by or query all by. Okay. So this is how we work. Let's put the find by, but it will really work. You can really check that when there is Ajax call, and we are going to do one test on the Ajax call. So, but I'll just put it here how the find by works. Okay, so here if I put find by test ID, so you will see it gives me underline error because find by doesn't work. Find by doesn't work without the Ajax calls. Always you have to use the await here, and it should be async function. Then only the find by works properly. Otherwise, find by doesn't work properly. So you will see one pass because I made it async and I put the await here. So though the page is same, but find by will not work without await and async. Find by will always work with the async and await. So just use this test and see it should work because I have used Ajax and await. So find by should always work with the this one Ajax and await. So this find by is generally used when we go with the use Ajax call in the use effect, and then we need to use the find by. So I will uncomment the first test and I'll keep other tests as it is, just for those were just additional one which I wanted to show you. Okay, so that's all about the header one. We tested the header case and it is now 100% completed. We have passed one test case. This was a small one, so only one test case was sufficient. Some pages components are very big, then we need to write multiple test cases. Now let's move further now. Okay. So now what I will do, I will display, I will, so this is a to-do page which will show the header in the top, and then we have the followers, and there will be other things like I'll show you. I will be calling the input to-do input so that user can put the some text input and try to add the input one. So here I will just write now to-do input. Okay, so here I will import to-do input from to-do input. Okay, so here I will be showing the to-do input to the user, that is the add form, where he can write something the text and he can put in the, let's put this in the div tag and put our input. Okay, and there will be listing after input. So to do input will be the text area, text box with the add button where I can put some text and add it, and it will be added in the state variable. Next will be, let's say I create another one will be the listings. So I'll just say to do listings. Listing will display all the to do task. Okay, let's put both in the one div. Okay, don't need another div. Let's call the listing one. Okay, so to do input will give some input box, and to do listing will give all the list of tasks which we have to do it. There will be also one footer. Here I will also add one footer. This footer will display how many listings are there. So let's create one component footer and see how we are going to test it. So this footer you have to test it. And I will check. So to do footer .jsx. So this footer will take some props. For example, number of completed tasks. So it will just take the variable called as number of completed tasks, and this div has a class name of to do footer, and inside this div I have another div, and this second div may have the title of task left. This is the title I'm giving, and inside the title I will just say how many tasks was completed, and here I will say if task is less than or equal to 1, then we will say task, and if it is greater than 1, I will say it is tasks left. So if it is 0 or 1, I will say 0 task left or 1 task left. And if I pass this number of tasks more than 1, then I will say 10 tasks left. So this is the display of the task. Okay, so this is the footer part kind of thing, and I will put this link part inside the footer. Okay, so the link part will come inside the footer. Let's remove it from here. Okay, so for now, just I will not put link, but once you complete this task, I will add the link part also. So let's not put link part now, for now, but I will put it. I will put it soon. Once we complete it, I will move this link part to footer. Okay. Okay, so we moved, we only put right now to do footer, and here I will pass the number of tasks. So for now, I'll just put dummy number of completed tasks equal to 10, for example. And in the display, you will see we have 10 tasks left. And this is the input which we have to build. This is the listing which we have to build, but we are only now testing 10 tasks left. If I pass 1, you will see it will say 1 task left. So if it is 10, then it is saying S here, S. Otherwise, it's not saying S. So this is the component which we want to test it. So let me give you this component in Telegram group. You can create that component. And now we will create the test case of this one. So I'll create a new folder, __test, __. And inside this new folder, I will create a new file to do footer.test.js. We can put JSX name also, we can put JS also, it's fine. For test, I'll just keep it JS. Okay, so now I will take something from this header test and put it in the footer test. And instead of header, we will be checking it to do footer. Okay, so I imported these two lines. And then I will put a dummy structure. Here I will put dummy structure. I'm not write down test case now. Okay, so I put a dummy structure. Let's put the test also as a dummy structure. Okay, so should render the footer properly. Okay, so this is a file I'll give you in the Telegram chat group. Now you have 5 minutes to write down the test case like header and make it pass. Okay, and just put it in the chat so that I can check your solution here and if it is working or not. So I want something what you will put inside here and it should work properly and it should complete my 100% for the footer. Okay, so now footer is showing 0. So we should be able to show it 100% the footer part. So you have 5 minutes to complete it. I gave you in the Telegram chat group. So just copy the footer, copy the test structure and try to use this header test and complete it. You have 5 minutes. Okay, so I don't see anyone, only Kate sent me, but it is also not completed. So let me show you what how to do this, and I would expect you at least tomorrow. I will give you many more test cases. We have to complete all these test cases. You should be able to do that. So this one I will do it, and then rest you have to do it. Okay. So let's try to do this one. So first thing is we need to get this render part. Render part is only it renders, but it does not test the things. So I will do the footer, and footer is expecting number of completed tasks. So I will just right now pass 1 here. Okay. So when I say to do number of completed tasks 1, then this is not complete test, because this is something. So so this footer is saying 100%, but this one is saying 50. That means it's not yet done completely. Don't only rely on this 100%. When you say this 100%, but this is the 50%, that means you have to, since you call this to do footer on this test file, so it is converting this 100, but that means logic is not completed because it's saying 50 is here. So that means logic is not completed yet. So we will write down now the same thing. I will check the element equal to screen dot get by text, and what I have to check. So see if I pass, let's say if I pass 5, so what will happen? What should happen if I pass 5? It should say 5 tasks left. Okay, so something like that it should say. So when I pass 5, I should see the text as 5 tasks left, and I'll put it here I. Okay, no need to put this quotation one. So what I'm saying, 5 tasks left if I am passing number of completed tasks 5. Okay, so now I will check here, expect element to be in the document. So if we're passing 5, we should be able to test it with the 5. So now you will see 2 passed. Both are passed. Also, if I pass, for example, if I pass 1, so it should say 1 task left, not the tasks. Let me refresh again. So it is passed because I passed 1, so 1 should not have S. If I by mistake put S, then it will fail. Okay, so it is failing because S is here. For 1, we should only say task. Okay, so if I pass 1, I am getting 1 task left. And if I pass footer render properly with multiple tasks. So if I pass 5 here, then it should say 5 tasks left. So all 3 are passed. Okay, so all 3 are passed. So it's saying 1. If I'm passing 1, then also it is passed. When I am passing 5, then also it is passed. But still it is saying 50% is there. And it's saying line number 7. So that means line number 7 is not yet covered. Let's see what is there in the line number 7. So line number 7 also mentioned less than equal to 1. So that means I should also test with the 0 condition. Let's check that also. What will happen with the 0 condition? With 0 tasks. So if I pass 0 number, it should say 0 tasks left. I will run again because It takes time to refresh. Okay, now you will see to do footer is 100 in all the places. So we have to, complete logically also. And what is the logical part here? We have to test less than equal to 1. We have to test greater than 1. Both the case should be handled it. So I have taken 1 for the 1, second for the 0, and third for the more than 1. So these all three conditions are passed. Then only you will see here we are getting 100 in all the cases. So just copy this now. But okay, here I am checking the to-do footer. So copy this now. Tomorrow I will give you some more tasks and I want you to write down yourself. Let me give in this Telegram group. Okay, so just run it and see if it is working and then we are done for today.